Yo, stop the cap, stop the cap. Yo, what's up, guys? It's Stop Capping here. I got a special guest from Nebraska. He's currently going to college in South Dakota. His name is Superllama, aka Ben. How you doing today, Ben?
I'm doing fucking wonderful, pal. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's been a long time since we got to chat. Um,
Yeah.
uh, so what do you call it? Before we start this video with the Volt, this is the second episode of the Volt. So we did the Sound Loud Supercell um, a few days ago, and today we're doing the last word since what do we call it? Since I got it in my damn Volt. Okay, so that's pretty much it. But before we do that, Ben, how's life been in the short? If you get a short rundown minute, how's life with you in college?
It's pretty great. Not a whole lot of time for video games, but I try to get my Destiny in when I can.
Oh, that's good. How long you been playing Destiny? Since what Since what version?
I played from day one till played Destiny 2 from day one till about Forsaken, and then once Shadowkeep came out, I kind of stopped playing for up until like right about now.
Right. And what other games have you been playing that you're also into?
Just really only a little bit of Call of Duty and a little bit of Mortal Kombat here and there, but just about not really too much video games.
Oh, which Call of Duty was it recently? I know there's like so many titles.
I think Vanguard's the most recent one, but
Oh yeah,
I
Vanguard.
haven't really
Okay,
played that
so
one that
I
much 'cause
heard
it's
I
not
heard
that
that
great.
one was a lot better than I guess like the last one that went to like full online multiplayer, whatever that one was. But I heard this one was a lot better in terms of the fandom.
Yeah,
But
man.
but yeah. So let's see. But since we're talking about last word, the Volt, you just told me recently this was one of the first weapons you started picking up again, correct?
Yeah, back when I played Destiny 1 as last word was the first exotic I ever got, and I always loved it. And then well, as soon as it came back to Destiny 2, I used it for like every single game of Crucible, and just feels so classic, you know.
It just mows down people. Now for everyone seeing this video, you never got to play the Destiny one, but since you talked so highly about Destiny 2, um, for everyone out there that says it's a dead game like Overwatch, is it a dead game?
If you would have asked me a couple months ago, I probably would have agreed, but I've been seeing all over social media that people are getting back into it, especially ever since they made it free. Like the base game is free now.
Oh yeah,
Ever
the
since
base
they
game
did
is
that,
free, and
yeah, ever since they
oh,
did that, I've been hearing great things about it, and I was just like, fuck, I better just hop right back in as well.
yeah, and Overwatch 2 is coming out tomorrow, so I guess they're not dead games anymore, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All right, so let's get to it. In Destiny 1, they don't really tell you, probably if you have the app, they don't tell you the stats exactly. They don't have number stats like they do in D1 unless I probably go online. But I'm talking about just checking out the best base game. So I'm in my menu right now, looking at the last word, and yeah, this hand cannon. Like I always heard a lot of horror stories because I be real with you. I use like something like the Gallahorn as a heavy to like take out people in the Crucible or the heavy machine gun, right? So I used to hear all these horror stories from Goomba and other players that play D1, like, oh yeah, the people used to Hawk Moon, the Thor, the Black Spindle, which was the original Whisper of the Worm, and people were like, oh man, these guys are so brutal with these exotics. These exotics were not as OP as they were in Part One. So we're gonna give a run through, and go over the stats and everything. So for the rate of fire, it's a hand cannon, so I don't expect it to be something that crazy. But I know Ben can't see it here, but I'll show him stats later on. But the impact here is pretty much 75% filled up on this bar. So if the rate of fire here is about, I would say, 25% out of 100, and the impact is 75% out of 100. That seems pretty fair. Now the range itself, since it shoots, like a Western, like a basically like a Western gun, like kind of like a quick draw gun, the range is really short. Is really a close range weapon. A lot of hunters, a lot of hunter classes like using it. Hey Ben, when you use it, do you have a preferred class using the last word?
Definitely a hunter. Makes me
Definitely a
feel like I'm
hunter.
in a western myself.
Yeah, yeah. So they have the ability to do all the triple jumps, the dodges, turn invisible, and just massacre you. The only way I would use it with a warlock, to be honest, if I had like the stasis turret, and that's already cheap enough. The stability here is about 50%. The reload speed is about, I would say, 55%. Compared to like just looking at the bar, maybe close to 60%. And then we're gonna go down to the stats. What this weapon is known for. It says fan fire. This weapon can be fired quickly and continuously. And then, so I don't know if you know this about the first game or remembered, Ben, but in the first game, you level up your weapons like how you level up your weapons now if you're shaping a weapon or reshaping a weapon in the
Right.
Enclave. So for the first drill, you get soft ballistics, which is less recoil, but it's penalty to impact. You got smart drift control for a barrel, which is predictable and controllable recoil, but it's penalty to range. So it becomes a really, really close range weapon. Like it has no range at all. And
Yeah.
then you got aggressive ballistics, which is more predictable recoil, enhanced impact, shorter range, and more recoil. So you get more impact, but the stability and range suffers a lot. And for the second perk, you have the hip fire, which it's really famous for. The fan to fire perk. This weapon has bonus accuracy while firing from the hip. And now for the next perk IO, we got single point sling. You switch weapons faster, move quicker while aiming, but you lose stability. We got high caliber rounds, which increases the range, but also decreases stability. So high caliber rounds are oversized rounds bit to stagger opponents and leave them reeling. Their mass makes a weapon harder to handle. And one of the last perks on this row is called perfect balance. This weapon has extremely low recoil, and what's perfect about this trait is that there's no stat penalty for this weapon. So you can see there's no red in the weapon before you choose it. So like how in other games, if you play RPGs or action RPGs, if you have a piece of equipment that has like high attack power but maybe like lower defense, you can see the stats, Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
with perfect balance, you don't see that. Everything stays exactly the way it is. Like it's just you could have you basically could pick any stat you want from the previous row, and it's not going to suffer. It's not going to suffer anything. But you still have to level that row up. Therefore, the last row is called last word. Is has improved stability, target acquisition when firing for the hip. So this is like a big buff when you level up the last core part of your weapon. So that's what we want to compare it to. And then the last and not least, I don't know if you remember this part too, Ben, but the last row is your ornaments. So your ornaments are all, your ornaments and your perks are all in the same, section. So the first ornament we have is sequel. So we could preview that. So it looks like like a royal blue or navy a weapon looks like that has some tar or it's battle worn. And then we have the addendum, add the addendum. Yeah, I guess that's how you say it. Addendum. applies ornament to this weapon, and then it has basically the Tex Machina skin that everyone loves today. So you have your Tex Machina, you have your little Lone Star handle at the hilt, and then if we compare this to Destiny 2, the rating for Destiny 2, Ben, is 4.7. So it almost has a perfect score.
Damn.
Yeah. And then for the one that's in my vote for Destiny 2, the impact is 78. The range is 35. The stability is 40. The handling is 40. And the reload is 80. So the reload for this one feels more like 60, like I said, 55, 65%. And what else we got? We got, they also got hidden stats. So now they also have hidden stats that they added this season. So the zoom is 11, aim assist is 40, recoil D is 100. And for the last word in Destiny 2, you got corkscrew rifling. It just slightly increases range to stability, slightly increases handling speed. You got accurized rounds, which increases range. You got hipfire grip, of course, increases stability, precision, hitting while firing for the hip, and accuracy. And the last perk you get is texture grip. The friction of this weapon grip is particularly strong, greatly increases handling speed, slightly decreases stability. And plus, the perk we all know is fan fire. This weapon fires full auto, hip fire shots, deals bonus precision damage while increasing reload speed and accuracy. So, as much as you hear the horrors of how, yes, impactful the last word is in Destiny 1, it seems like the one in part 2 sounds a lot more vicious. And before we finish off this video, I'm going to go around town with my Titan, and we're going to do two things, right? So we're going to do a thing where I take out some of these enemies, Ben, and then I'm going to use my bubble and use weapons of light and show the difference of damage real quick. So you see I got this Hive Knight. Yeah, so you can see the hip fire here. And mind you, for everyone that plays Destiny 2 and Destiny 1, a lot of these enemies were a lot weaker back in the day, but it just also depend the elements that they're rocking, and if they're yellow bars or if they're red bars. So if they're a red bar and you have an exotic weapon, like, they're dying, bro. Like,
yeah.
And if you have legendary weapons, like, yes, you're gonna have to what do we call, put some work in, but no one's unbeatable. And I'm gonna throw this grenade. Do that. The reload speed is not bad, so I can only imagine how much faster my my Destiny 2 version is gonna be. Oh, here we go. Alright, I'm gonna put my bubble on. Dude, I'm gonna put my bubble and see who I can kill quicker. Oh, here we go. Oh, look. Got a control. Oh, look at that. Weapons of light. That was a 2-tap. I'm fighting Cabal soldiers. Yeah, 2-tap right there. So usually with Fan the Hammer, it's 3. Now I'm going to try to take out these Hive Knights. Just go through this Hive Knight with weapons of light and see how much damage I take out with this Fan the Hammer there. Yeah, 2-tap also. And 1-tap for the Acolytes. So yeah, it really shows the damage output with this weapon. It claps. So I can see why a lot of people would get mad, and especially with hunters using this weapon. I mean, with Titans, like they're slower. They glide around the stage and everything like that. So I mean, I guess Titans and Last Word is great for PVE. I wouldn't really suggest it as much for PvP compared to Titans Now. And Titans Now and Destiny 2 are way better than their counterparts in D1. And Warlocks, I'm not I'm not gonna even mention Warlocks, but Warlocks took a while for me to grow on me, especially the Stasis one and Void. And yeah, see this clappage. All right, so yeah, that looks like that's about it about this part. I gotta just go to a safe spot and not get clapped, but So, I mean, besides that, you got anything else you want to say about the weapon?
Nah, man, I think you handled it pretty
I, I,
perfectly.
I think you handled it well. Are you gonna, what do you call it? Are you gonna buy into the Lightfall?
I haven't even bought Witch Queen yet, so I mean, I'll
Oh,
get there
okay.
when I get there.
Yeah, you get there when you get there. Love don't pay the bills. Are you working right now? Wait, doing plenty of work?
Yeah, when I'm back at home in Nebraska, I bartend, and then when I'm here, I work at a bowling alley and just get my homework done.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah,
That's what's up, though. That's what's up. But
yeah.
hey, speaking of homework, we're giving you guys homework right now. Is basically looking into the last word in the vault. So, you guys could leave a comment below, compare and contrast your last word experiences. And, we're almost at 100 subscribers. So, leave a comment, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you in orbit and keep on gaming. All right. Peace. Anything you got to say, Ben?
Nah, man, you're good.
See? Nah, man, we're good. Peace out.